Any update on Dante now?
MRI today, so probably won't have any information. I don't have any information yet. So, Hammy, yeah.
Well, Matt, after having a chance to watch the film, as you look to get over the hump, where do you start?
I think it comes down to all of us just executing at a higher level. Starting with the coaching staff, making sure that we're doing all the right things and putting the guys in the best position, and then the players, going out and we see the obvious things, the drops, the 2 turnovers, all those things, but lots of other opportunities for big plays, both on offense and defense that are there that we have to just go make. So I think it's just all of us focusing on execution and taking that into this week.
Speaking of execution offensively, there's, like you're saying, execution, and then there's the scheme in which needs to be executed. How do you feel your offensive scheme yesterday was delivered?
Yeah, I think going into the game, if I'd have known we were going to run for 160 yards, I'd have felt really good. So I thought we did a nice job running the football. I think one of our key areas, be it schematically, execution-wise, all of it together, because to me that's all the same thing, right? I put them all in the same bucket, like, are we doing the right things and are we executing them? I think third down is the biggest issue in the third down passing game. And we got the ball down in the red zone 4 times, came away with 1 touchdown. We have chances to make plays. Ball hits us in the hands in the end zone. Had the penalty. That it was 2nd and 4. Had the illegal man downfield. Otherwise, we were going to go for it on 3rd and 4th down, try to go win the game. So, I think we had a good plan running the football. I thought we had some guys open on some. They did a nice job on some of our play actions. The safety came over the top, double DJ. Some guys are there from some explosive plays, and we have to hit those. So I thought there were some things that were well designed, but it wasn't enough. So we have to just continue to look at ways to improve both what we're doing and the execution of it.
Something Baker mentioned yesterday was the mental hurdle of getting over 0-2. Do you also sense that may exist, the mental toll of having dropped the first 2 games?
I'd probably have a better feel for that, probably on Wednesday. I think our guys are pretty resilient. My first year here, we started off 0-2, and we were 3-2, after that. So I think these guys are all professionals. They want to win, and they'll come in with they had a great mindset today in my meeting with them. They're in, meetings now. So I'm sure that they'll be ready to go this week, knowing it's an NFC South game and knowing that the Saints are a good team.
Any common denominator, though? Last year, 3rd down seemed to be a struggle too at times. And any common denominator this year that's sticking out that you just got to fix that one area and it'll help?
It's a great question. I think some of our issues have been that we're in the 3rd and the 10s, 11s, and 12s. And I think the penalties in some of those areas have hurt us. Negative plays. I feel like as an offensive line, we're protecting at a significantly better level than we did last year. Versus the 4-man rush, I thought we had a lot of clean pockets. We had some. Joe asked a great question, and Joe, I couldn't obviously answer that, but after seeing they brought some exotic pressures that we have to be able to pick up, and so some of those things will continue to improve. But just not the numbers that we want, and it can be a thing here, a thing there, but there are things that are improving. The offensive line, to me, is improving a lot. We have to throw and catch and make some of those plays on 3rd down.
Is there any more you guys could or should be doing to help Icky out, man?
It wasn't necessarily a matchup to me of, to me, you can help a tackle in versus an elite rusher. One-on-one 4-man rush. This game to me was about all the exotics. I thought Coach Campen did a fantastic job on the sideline, though they had brought some things in that they hadn't shown on tape, and so we had to make some protection adjustments. A lot of that, we put that in the quarterback's hands. He has a lot of freedom at the line of scrimmage to get in the right adjustments. You can't really help in those situations. So it's not really about as much physical as it is mentally knowing, to get to the right guy. So we're just going to keep coaching Icky. He's going to get, he was really, really good in the run game yesterday. A couple plays I'm sure he'd love to have back. But I didn't think he had any trouble with just the pure 4-man rush, maybe one play. And I think that was kind of our mindset going in.
And on that 3rd down that I asked you about yesterday, was there anything Baker could have done to have checked out of it, or if the slide protection is there, would that play potentially have been there.
Yeah, I mean, you have at the end of the day, you have they have one more than you can block, and so that tackles in a duel. He's got both guys. We're working inside out. And Timo had done it earlier. Both guys went kind of a little bit more outside in and got the penetration. Baker always kind of, when he knows where he wants to go with the ball, can make some adjustments, but someone's going to have that. Someone's going to have to go 2 for 1, and we just have to work inside out on that.
Matt, will you look at any other options in the return game, or stick with the guys who were out there yesterday?
I think that's all up for debate. I haven't met with Coach Tabor yet. They haven't had their special teams meeting yet. Chuba understands you can't put the ball on the ground twice like he did, and so at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we have guys out there protecting the football at a high level. So we'll see what comes up as we get to Wednesday, Thursday.
Matt, how close was Laviska being ready for Sunday, or is he still a little far away?
No, I think he's getting closer by the day. I mean, not funny, but I just met with him kind of one-on-one. He's someone that I want to get on the field. Hopefully it'll be this week. I think he can really help us. Just as he gets acclimated to everything that we do, I'm hopeful that it'll be soon.
And on the other side, Frankie had probably his best game since he's been here. What did he do specifically in that game that just maybe was consistent or stood out that can help you guys maybe long term?
Yeah, I thought Phil and the defensive staff put together a great game plan early on. I thought, especially in the first half, to hold him to no yards rushing, especially coming off of last week. Slid to kind of an odd front, hadn't shown that. Did a lot of things off of that. Frankie played with his hat in hands, got off blocks, tackled well, played with aggressiveness and speed. Frankie has to continue to evolve in the passing game. Some of the things that show up, he has to continue to work at. But he's kind of the standard for how hard you play and all those things, and it was good to see it show up.
You mentioned trying to get Laviska mixed in. The last couple of weeks, there haven't been a lot of snaps for beyond those first 3 receivers. How do you incorporate other people into the plan?
Yeah, I think we have to start playing more guys at the receiver position. I think we want those guys out there. They're good players for us. But I think Terrace is coming on. Rashard's a guy that we know can play. We'll just probably have to get those guys on the field a little bit more.
Is that hard to do, Matt? When you have a depth chart for a reason, I guess.
I think part of it too is we kind of have been in some no huddle at times, and so it's kind of hard to kind of rotate those guys. But I just think those guys get worn out, and then those crucial downs. So maybe some of those third downs we're not playing maybe as fast as we want to be playing, especially on hot days like it was yesterday. So when Laviska's ready, I think he's obviously going to be someone we want to use as a weapon. And I told you Terrace had a good week last week. Obviously, Shai went down for a little bit, and then he got back in there. But I think we would do good to get those guys in there a little bit more.
We saw Higgins make some catches at camp, and obviously has the history with Baker. Is there something though that he still needs to develop to kind of get a little bit more into the mix?
No, I just think Rashard needs opportunities. I think he's practiced well, and he proved to us in camp that he can get open. I think we kind of went in with those 3 guys, and we're going to be in some no huddle and play those guys. But there's opportunities to rotate a little bit more. So that to me is one of the things. It's early in the week, but I just feel like there's players that can help us. We got to have to get them in the game.
How else were you injury-wise besides Donovan?
I think we were pretty clean, right? Sorry, Bravion. Yeah, Bravion. His was a hamstring MRI today, so it looked like it was pretty severe yesterday. We'll have to wait and see.
What did you see from Marquand McCall in his first game?
I thought Marquand was a bright spot. Marquand, he went out there. He played in the odd package and played in the 4-down package and played the run well. And so, a couple of plays where he has to be a little more disciplined to stay in his gap. But for the first time getting out there, it didn't look too big for him, which was especially with Bravion going down, what we needed.
You mentioned 2 years ago 0-2 and you won 3 straight, but it feels like the outside noise is different now than then. You just start, people said, okay, we got to get How do you deal with that right now?
I think for our guys, just watching the tape and seeing, when you watch the film, and no one wants to hear it, but there's good things and there's bad things, and I can show our guys plays of where we got a sack but we didn't cover somebody running down the middle of the field, and I can show our guys plays where we could have thrown a touchdown if the guys running an over route at 10 yards is supposed to be at 20, and so. I just think it's the reality of like, hey guys, this is what we're doing well. This is what we're not doing well. Fix it. It's nothing it's nothing that's easy, but it's nothing that's all that hard either. It's just, hey, let's focus in on these things, and at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter really what the message is. It really is what matters what the message is in the locker room, what the players say. So I think the players are pretty locked in on playing well. I only bring up 2 years ago to say there's guys like Shaq that have been through all kinds of, we were 3-0 last year, and that didn't matter. It's all about what you do next week, and so I think our guys have to have that attitude this week of it's all about what we do next week and battle.
What's a homestand like this potentially do for a team? Being in the same place for almost a month.
I mean,
Does not matter.
yeah. Well, I mean, I look. I kind of stay. I had to think about that for a second. I kind of look at this week. I think anytime you play at home. I mean, obviously the crowd noise was a factor yesterday. I mean, we have a crowd behind the guys. Third downs. Last year we played the Saints, and the crowd noise really helped in that game. Just snap counts. I think they false started a couple of times. Those are the kinds of things that you love. And then, you play in front of your fans, your family, and your friends. I mean, I know it means a lot to our guys. So, all I'll tell you is our guys they want to win more than anything, and they're working hard to win. So, I'm sure they're excited. I'm sure they'll be excited to play this week.
Potentially negative energy at home based on the fact that it's been a year now since you guys have won.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, when you turn the film on, right, like it really just comes down to how you're playing. We have talented players, and we want them to play at a high level. And so that to me is kind of the message to our guys. Like, so as coaches, putting them in the positions to make those plays, and then as players, we're going out and doing what we're trained to do. And so. Part of this game, part of being a coach, part of being a player is just staying focused on the task that's at hand. The task now is learning from this tape and getting ready for the Saints. And so, whatever happens, I mean, at the end of the day, you're marked by how you react to it, respond to it. And I think our guys have that attitude. We have a bunch of winners in that room, and so they played 2 games. The games have come down to the very, very end of the game. We've had a chance to win. We haven't won them. My message to the guys was look at all the entire NFL yesterday. Basically, was big leads and all these things. They came down at the end of the game, and whoever made the play at the end won. And so we'll take that mindset. And so I think our guys will hopefully be focused and focus on the things that matter, which is just when the ball's snapped, are we doing what we're supposed to do? Are we doing it at a high level and coaching wise? We have the right guys doing the right things. I think that's part of where we are right now. Is we're counting on a lot of first and second year players to play at a really high level, and I'm looking for the leadership on this team, the Shaqs and the Christians and the many more, the guys like that to really bring those young guys along and have them understand that at the end of the day, when it's time to do your job, you got to do your job. You got to execute at a high level, and so. That's everyone's here for a reason, you're here because you're good enough to play. Now you have to go play good enough, and so that's being a pro, and that's where we are. We have to overcome that, to make that one more play. And so when I say, hey, it's one play here, it's one play there, there's 30 of them, and if we make any of them, then we're gonna have a chance to win. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that. I thought, I can't think back to last year. No, I think our guys want to win. Our guys want to win. If we're learning one thing, we're learning the hard way right now what it takes to win. You have to execute. You can't start off Carolina Panthers have to win the turnover battle to win. Like every team that's in the NFL, like if you lose a turnover battle, you're probably going to have a hard time. And we overcame it. We came back and took the lead. There's to me, it's just football. I think our guys, they're working at it. They just got to bring it all to fruition and play a great game. We have to help them as coaches.
A lot of the takeaways, man, this is 3 years now, especially with interception. Is there something in Phil's scheme that doesn't necessarily lend itself to being, around the football as much as maybe others?
I think in previous years we played a lot more like match man coverage, and I think bringing Steve in, we kind of went to more zone high, zone coverage, thinking that we would lead to more of those. We've gotten a lot of sacks. We haven't gotten this. Yesterday we haven't gotten the sack fumbles or the hits that the ball goes up in the air. We had one. Frankie had a chance before the half, ball hit him in the hands. Miles last week was running, turned around, had a chance to pick one off. So I think there are some opportunities, but we have tried to adjust part of our scheme to put ourselves with some zone eyes and play with football. We just haven't come down with it yet.
Everybody good?
All right, thanks, guys.